What's up guys, and welcome back to today's tutorial on string theory. So today we're just going to be manipulating strings and seeing what we can do with Java's inbuilt methods. So I've created a string variable here called full name, and let's see what we can do with it. So if we just type in sysout and type full name and then full stop, and what this has done here is it's popped up with Java's inbuilt string methods. So this allows you to do all kinds of cool things like turning everything into a capital letter or everything into lowercase, or allowing you to cut up the string into different bits. So let's try one of these now. So let's start with putting everything in uppercase. So if I say to upper, and you see we have this to uppercase method here. So if I just save that and run it, you can see it's taken my string and made it all uppercase. So let's do a couple more of them. So if we go sysout and do full name dot to lowercase, and I run that, you can see it's removed all the capital letters by putting everything to lowercase. So we can also replace words by just doing this. So if we put full name dot replace, and there's a couple of different options, but we're just going to pick the first one. And what I want you to type here is just put in Greg. So this is what we're going to replace, and this is what we're going to replace it with. So let's replace it with Bob. And let's run that. And you can see it's replaced Greg with Bob. So my name's now Bob Carson. So this is called a method, and it's a method on this string object here. And it takes in two parameters. So the first one is the word that I want to replace, and the second word is the one that I want to replace it with, and I have to make sure to separate them with commas. Let's look at a couple of more methods. So another useful one is called Substring, and that allows you to remove part of a bigger string. So if I create a new variable, I call it first name, and I say full name dot substring, and you can see there's a couple of different variations on this. So we're going to pick this second one here. And what this does is it takes two parameters, the beginning index and the end index. So the beginning index, we're going to put a 0, and what that is just the very beginning of the string, so right before the G. And then the end index is where we want the string to end. So because we're trying to get my first name, we want it to end at the first time you can see a space. So we could just put 4 in here, but we can be a bit smarter than that and put this in, which is full name dot index of, and what this is going to do is return the index of the first time this character is used. So if we put a space in here, this is going to return the index of the first space used, so this number here. So I've just put a semicolon there and output first name to the screen. So sysout first name. Let's comment out these so our console stays nice and clean. So if we run this, you can see it's just got my first name, Greg. So let's get the second name as well. Let's create a new variable, string last name. So that is equal to full name dot substring no capital letter. What we want to do is so what we want to do here is start from the space. So we're going to do the same thing as before and say full name dot index of, and we're going to put a space in there, and then we want it to end at the very end. So just like we did in arrays before, we're going to say full name dot length, and that's going to return the length of that string, so that the number there. So if we output last name to the screen now, and we run this, you can see it's returned Carson, but it's also returned this space here. So we can get rid of that by using the trim method, by just typing dot trim with 2 brackets there. So let's run this, and you can see it's got rid of the space. So I've only shown you a couple of methods, but there's plenty more there. So I highly recommend you just after this full stop, click Control and space and have a look and read what the documentation says about it, and have a little practice, have a little mess around. In the next tutorial, we're going to start looking at some more complicated math operators. If you're liking the series so far, please like and subscribe, or visit us on our Facebook page, which you can find in the description below.